Ah, graduation day. The sun was shining. We were all decked out in our caps and gowns, ready to take on the world. I remember standing there, diploma in hand, feeling like I could conquer anything. The future seemed so bright I needed shades. We were young, educated, and unstoppable. At least that's what we thought. I had big dreams, you know. I was going to land that perfect job, climb the corporate ladder, and be living the high life in no time. My friends and I made grand plans over celebratory dinners and late-night drinks. We were going to change the world, make our mark, and show everyone what we were made of. The energy was intoxicating. We felt invincible. Those first few weeks after graduation were a whirlwind of excitement and possibilities. Little did I know that corner was actually more like a labyrinth. Then came the wake-up call. It hit like a ton of bricks. Suddenly the job market wasn't rolling out the red carpet for us new grads. The phone wasn't ringing off the hook with job offers. In fact, it wasn't ringing at all. I started to feel like my degree was just an expensive piece of paper. The rejection emails piled up. Each one felt like a personal attack on my worth. To make matters worse, social media became a minefield of success stories. It seemed like everyone but me was landing their dream job. There was Sarah, already in a corner office, and Mike, jetting off to exotic locations for business trips. Meanwhile, I was still living in my childhood bedroom, sending out application after application. The comparison game was brutal. I felt like I was falling behind in a race I didn't even know I was running. The doubt started to creep in. Maybe I wasn't as smart as I thought, maybe my dreams were too big. Then came the day that changed everything. I was scrolling through LinkedIn, feeling sorry for myself, when I stumbled upon a post. It was from an alum I admired. He talked about his own rocky start after college, how he'd struggled for years before finding his footing. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. Maybe, just maybe, I wasn't a failure. Maybe this was just part of the process. I started reaching out to people. Older graduates, mentors, anyone who'd been through this before. And you know what? They all had stories. Stories of setbacks, of false starts, of years spent figuring things out. It was a revelation. Success wasn't this straight line I'd imagined. It was messy. It was complicated, and most importantly, it took time. That's when I decided to redefine success for myself. It wasn't about landing the perfect job right away. It wasn't about keeping up with my peers. Success became about growth, about learning. Section 4, Leveling Up, Embracing Growth and Lifelong Learning. With my new outlook, I became a learning machine. I realized that my education didn't end with my degree. In fact, it was just beginning. I started taking online courses, I attended workshops, I read books on everything from industry trends to personal development. Every piece of knowledge felt like a step forward. I also learned the value of networking, not the shallow business card exchanging kind, but real, meaningful connections. I joined professional groups, I attended industry events, I even started a small meetup for other recent grads who were figuring things out. These connections became my support system. They provided advice, opportunities, and sometimes just a listening ear when things got tough. One of the biggest lessons I learned was the importance of soft skills. Section 5, The Climb One Step at a Time. With my new skills and mindset, things started to shift. It wasn't overnight. There was no magical moment where everything fell into place. But slowly, steadily, I began to make progress. I landed a small internship. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a foot in the door. I threw myself into it, determined to learn everything I could. That internship led to a part-time position. The part-time position opened doors to new connections. Those connections pointed me towards opportunities I never would have found on my own. It was like a snowball effect. Each small win built on the last. Before I knew it, I was actually building a career. Not the one I had imagined fresh out of college, but something uniquely mine. There were still setbacks, of course. Projects that fell through, promotions that went to someone else. Section 6. Looking back, moving forward. The power of perseverance. Now, years later, I can look back on that wide-eyed college graduate with a mix of nostalgia and amusement. I want to tell him that it's going to be okay. That the road ahead is tougher than he imagines, but also more rewarding. That success isn't a destination, but a journey. A journey of continuous growth and self-discovery. To anyone out there struggling, feeling left behind, or questioning their path, I want to say this. Your journey is your own. It's not a race, it's not a competition. Your timeline is uniquely yours. Embrace it. Learn from every experience, good or bad. Keep moving forward, even when the path isn't clear, especially when the path isn't clear. Remember that success stories are often highlight reels. They don't show the struggles, the doubts, the late nights, and the tears. but those parts are just as important. They're what make the success meaningful. They're what shape you into the person you're meant to become. So don't shy away from the difficult parts of your journey. Embrace them. Learn from them. In this chapter, I want to recommend 3 key strategies for those navigating their career paths: unpaid internships, volunteering, and going back to graduate school. These options can provide valuable experience, networking opportunities, and advanced knowledge that can significantly boost your career prospects. Unpaid internships may seem daunting, especially when financial stability is a concern. However, they can offer invaluable hands-on experience and the chance to build a network within your desired industry. Think of them as an investment in your future, a stepping stone that can open doors to paid opportunities down the line. Volunteering is another powerful strategy. Not only does it allow you to give back to the community, but it also helps you develop new skills and expand your professional network. Many employers value the dedication and initiative shown through volunteer work, viewing it as a testament to your character and work ethic. Lastly, consider going back to graduate school. While it's a significant commitment, further education can provide specialized knowledge and credentials that set you apart in a competitive job market. Graduate programs also offer networking opportunities with peers, professors, and industry professionals that can be instrumental in your career advancement. Remember, these strategies are not one-size-fits-all. Choose the path that aligns with your goals and circumstances. Each step you take, whether through internships, volunteering, or further education, is a step toward your personal and professional growth. Embrace the journey and trust that these experiences will shape you into the person you're meant to become.